Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I feel like it's been a hot sec since I've done a comedian reaction, and I thought let's bring it back by reacting to definitely one of my favorite comedians now. It's Dave Chappelle. I kind of am a little bit obsessed with him now, and I think I've figured out that he's probably my favorite comedian that I have reacted to. And today I'm going to be reacting to How Old Is 15 Really? I've seen this floating around YouTube a few times, so I thought why not react to it next?
All our stars, man. R. Kelly pissed on his victim.
Oh no.
I know, it was rough. But I mean, again, I can't even judge R. Kelly. First of all, we don't know if these allegations are true, and even if they are true, if you want to know how I feel about it honestly, if a man cannot pee on his fans, I don't want to be in show business anymore because, well, that's why I got in the game, baby. I got dreams too.
Oh my God. No.
You guys are confusing the issue. While you guys are busy worrying about if R. Kelly even peed on this girl or not, you're not asking yourself the real question that America needs to decide once and for all. And that question is, how old is 15 really?
What?
Oh, that's a good question. That's a good question. I'm not saying that a person is as smart as they're going to be at 15. That's not what I'm saying, man. But I am saying 15 to me is old enough to decide whether or not you want to be pissed on. I mean, that's me. If you can't make a decision like that by the time you're 15, then just give up, motherfucker, because life is way harder than that. I make tougher decisions all the time. If you don't want to get pissed on, just get the fuck out of the way. It's not even a decision. If I start peeing on the front row, they're not going to have to calculate and think, oh, how do I feel about this? Am I okay with it? They just move.
You just move.
You can do that at 15. I could have. I've been 15. When I was 15, I was doing stand-up in nightclubs. I smoked reefer from time to time. Friends were selling crack. I was trying to finger people. I knew what was happening around me to some degree.
Oh my gosh.
Getting pissed on was the least of my worries at 15. Trust me.
I know this is probably quite old. I feel like this actually might be from the same show that I reacted to last time. The outfit seemed familiar. But like, I don't know about back then. I think maybe back then it was all just allegations and R. Kelly wasn't actually in jail. Now that he's actually in jail and all this stuff has came out and how the girls, even though they weren't really held hostage, they kind of were basically. So my view on this is a little bit different to probably his view back then, because obviously I'm assuming that back then it was just allegations. So I don't know, after watching that whole R. Kelly show on Netflix, I'd feel a little bit uncomfortable about this whole situation. So I'm kind of struggling to laugh at that joke just because I know how serious that situation was, and the videos that got leaked as well, like that's literally proof. But anyway, I'm gonna keep watching.
But it keeps coming up. There's a lot of confusion around that age. Anytime 15 comes up, people freak out. Like when that girl, Elizabeth Smart, got kidnapped. Right? Remember in Utah last year, 15-year-old girl Elizabeth Smart was kidnapped, and then they finally found her and the whole country was relieved. And I was the only one saying, damn, she wasn't that smart after all. Not because she got kidnapped, that could happen to anybody. I'm not knocking her for that. I'm just saying, if you kidnapped me when I was 15, you gotta take me further than 8 miles away from my house, man. God damn. Can't hold me prisoner around shit I recognize. I'll break away. I'll break away. F off me. That's my bus stop. I know where I'm at. I'm going home.
Oh, God, man. I'm dead.
She was missing for 6 months, 8 miles away from my house. That's 2 exits, man. That's nothing. And while she was missing, during this half a year that this girl is missing, there's a 7-year-old black girl gets kidnapped in Philadelphia. Nobody knows her name. They might have talked about her 2 or 3 times on the news, but she should have been the top story because she chewed through the ropes and had both of these motherfuckers in jail in 45 minutes flat. 7 years old.
That's crazy. She chewed through the ropes? What?
These 2 crackheads kidnapped her and took her back to the crack house and tied her up. And then they left her. They're crackheads. They got to make moves. Crack, smoke, chocolate to eat. These motherfuckers made moves. They was out. But as soon as they left, this little girl got the nib on. She was kidnapped at 4 o'clock and at home watching herself on the news at 5:30. That is crazy. That's a news story. That is a news story. Now, meanwhile, in Utah, 15-year-old Elizabeth Smart's captors left her alone too, and they didn't even tie her up because they're hillbillies. They just bounced. Don't try to escape, or we'll kill you. Be right back. Now leave. She's 15, sitting in the house by herself. How am I gonna get out of this? Come on, Elizabeth, think. Think, Elizabeth, how am I gonna get out of here? Why don't you just open the door and go outside? Have you thought about that? Do you have a quarter? Do you know your phone number? You're 15, just run. Stop thinking and stop making moves. I know I sound mean, and I know what the people are thinking when I'm saying this. Dave, she is only 15. All right, but that's the discrepancy, because when you talk about a little girl like Elizabeth Smart, then the country feels like 15 is so young and so innocent. On the flip side, here comes 15 again. Now we're talking about a 15-year-old black kid in Florida. This black kid accidentally killed his neighbor when he was practicing wrestling moves that he saw on TV. Now, was he a kid? No. They gave him life. They always try our 15-year-olds as adults to know what he was doing. It's a goddamn pile driver.
That is very true.
This kid gets on the ropes, there's no stopping him. You'd have to send the Rock to arrest him. And they gave a 15-year-old boy life in jail. If you think that it's okay to give him life in jail, then it should be legal to pee on him. That's all I'm saying. You gotta make up your mind across the board.
I'm not sure which way around it is. People have talked about this on the internet. I don't know if it's like the legal age to have sex is way younger than the legal age to watch porn, which is weird because it should be basically the other way around. Like, it's very, very weird. What he's saying is kind of true, like the whole age situation. Like, sometimes they'll be like, oh, 15 is too young. But in other contexts, it's like, 15, you're an adult, you know, blah, blah, blah. Like, pick one. Choose one. Is 15 young or is it not?
How old 15 actually is. That's all I'm saying. So I'm gonna tell you right now, if somebody comes in here and puts a gun in my head and says, Chappelle, you got a choice to make. You're either going to jail for a month or we'll let you go, but you gotta let R. Kelly pee on you. I'm not hesitating. Bring in R. Kelly and tell him to stay away from my ass.
Oh my god. Oh my gosh. I've now noticed from this piece and the piece that I watched from Patrice O'Neal, they kind of use like really, really exaggerated stories to prove their point. Like, for example, when Patrice was comparing when these two girls got kidnapped, he was using very, very exaggerated explanations, but he did it to prove his point, and I feel like it's the same in this situation. Like, when I first listened to it, I'm like, oh my god, should I be laughing at this joke? Because it might seem insensitive to the person that got kidnapped, but at the same time, he definitely has a whole point there. He definitely has a point. But sometimes I'm just sitting there like, can I laugh at this? Is it bad if I laugh? I think sometimes I've got too much of a guilty conscience. But anyway, if you want to see more reactions from me, make sure to subscribe. Comment down below if you have any other pieces you would like me to react to or any other comedians. And hopefully I'll see you in my next video.